What it do, chat? My name is Ross Panetta, chef and owner of Fire Kitchen, and welcome to another episode of Celebrity Recipe Royale. On today's episode, we're going to be battling out two celebrity breakfast sandwich recipes. On today's lineup, we have Gordon Ramsay and BTS's very own J-Hope. I measured out all the ingredients as each recipe stated, and I found 3 breakfast sandwich fanatics to help me find out which one is the best. Now, which one of these celebrities has the best sandwich? Let's get it cracking. Coming up to the ring first is Gordon Ramsay. He's gonna start off by slicing his croissants in half. Then he's gonna go ahead and heat up a pan, throw in a little bit of oil and salt for seasoning. Once you brown up your salt a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and toast our croissants. Since the croissants have so much butter in them already, the salt is gonna add that little bit of extra flavor. Once the croissants are done toasting, we're gonna put that to the side and start working on the meat. In Gordon Ramsay's recipe, he uses tasso ham. Since we ain't got that in Queens, he says it's okay to use Canadian bacon as a substitute. So we're gonna go ahead and slice our Canadian bacon into thin strips and fry them off. Be careful not to add too much oil since Canadian bacon already has some fat in it. Be careful when you're cooking your Canadian bacon because if you overcook it, it will be tough and nobody wanna be eating jerky, you know what I mean? So we're gonna saute that for a little while. We're gonna flip it so we can get some nice color. Once that's done, we're gonna transfer that to a paper lined bowl so you can drain the fat from it. We trying to shed that COVID weight, you know what I mean? Trying to look good, baby. In that same pan, you wanna throw in a little bit of oil and a little bit of butter so that the butter don't burn. We're gonna throw in some salt and Old Bay, which is Gordon Ramsay's secret weapon in this recipe. We're gonna crack 2 eggs in and let the residual heat cook off the eggs. So now that your eggs are cooking to the side slowly, we're gonna go ahead and build our sauce. By the way, I forgot to season the Canadian bacon with a little bit of peps in the pan, but I'm gonna go ahead and season it in the bowl. It's still fine. In a bowl, we're gonna take a couple heaping tablespoons of mayo, a couple heavy dashes of your favorite hot sauce, and we're gonna take this ginormous lemon and squeeze it in to make the sauce tangy, spicy, and very saucy. I like sauce. Next up, we're gonna slice up our accoutrements. So we're gonna go ahead and thinly slice some tomatoes, and we're gonna go ahead and cut some lettuce. Make sure to take out the rib from the lettuce because it's kind of weird in a sandwich. Now that your accoutrements are sliced and to the side, we're gonna go ahead and baste our egg. So we wanna just set the egg white and baste the yolk a tiny bit. You still wanna have that nice, yolk pouring. You wanna pop that later on. So now we're gonna go ahead and build our sandwich. We're gonna take the bottom half of the croissant, put a little bit of sauce on the bottom, put on our lettuce, a little bit of salt in between, tomato, a little bit of salt in between, Canadian bacon. We're gonna go about 6 to 7 slices. We're gonna fold in our cheddar cheese. Next, we're gonna top that off with our very nicely cooked egg, some more sauce, and finally, the croissant top. Bang, bang, there you have it. Cajun style breakfast sandwich by Gordon Ramsay. We're gonna close it on that sexy egg and watch that yolk pop.
All right, baby. Oh my God. This is made with a croissant.
So my initial reaction to this one is I love a good croissant.
Little bit of a soggy bottom here, but I will say the layers look delicious.
And look at the sauce on this. This has got a lot of sauce.
I don't like tomato though, so I'm gonna be rude and take off the tomato.
Cheese, yes. Egg, yes. Meat, yes.
This is the way to go when it comes to breakfast sandwiches, for real.
I would have liked to see maybe some sort of potato layer.
Should I take a bite? I'm gonna take a bite. Oh yeah.
Holy cow, that's next level breakfast stuff.
That's delicious. We got a nice little runny yolk on the egg, which is great.
And honestly, the fact that it's on a croissant, I think just elevates the whole thing, takes it out of this world.
Some added crispiness would have been nice, but I love the flavor. The sauce is amazing.
We have some sort of chipotle mayonnaise or some sort of hot mayonnaise going on, which I am a sucker for a spicy mayo.
Because you also get like that juice from the tomato that works very well with the bacon, the sauce, everything wrapped up together.
Overall, very good. I would eat this breakfast sandwich again.
This is definitely something that I feel like I would find at a more high-end place.
I would get this at a nice brunch. I'm guzzling down some mimosas. This is just kind of to fill my stomach so I don't get too tipsy.
This is gonna be hard to beat, but I think it's time to bring in the next one.
All right, so next up in the ring, we have J-Hope from BTS. He's gonna take 2 slices of bread and lather them up with some butter. He's gonna take that, put it in a slightly oiled pan and toast them up real nice. Make sure your butter is room temp so you can lather it up evenly and not break your bread like I did. Once the bread is nicely toasted, we're gonna transfer that to a plate and start cooking off our bacon. You wanna make your bacon extra crispy, like you've been in the sun too long with no tanning lotion. All right, while your bacon is in the pan crisping up, we're gonna go ahead and whisk a couple of eggs. Make sure you flip your bacon. You want that nice all over even tan. You wanna drain some of the fat from the bacon, but we're also gonna cook the eggs in the remaining bacon fat. After you get a nice scramble, you're gonna transfer that to a plate and we're gonna start building J-Hope's golden sandwich. So we're gonna start off by adding some extra butter. We're gonna go ahead and throw on some blueberry jam. That's actually his favorite. Then we're gonna go ahead and layer on some slices of bacon, and to top it off, your fluffy golden scrambled egg. And there you have it, the most attractive member on BTS's Golden Toast. Fight me on that one.
Now, right off the bat, this is looking pretty breakfasty.
I'm very excited about this breakfast sandwich because I see jam.
I don't know how I feel about this. It looks like a blackberry jam, maybe.
In Korea, there's this like viral street sandwich that has egg, cabbage, spam, but also jam. I love that combination.
Sweet and salty, always a good mix.
It smells mapley. I like that.
Time to take a bite, baby.
Well, so good.
Not gonna lie, this one was a little surprising because it looks kind of elementary.
I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Like, this just makes me so happy.
The sweetness of the jam with the bacon and the egg is actually really balanced, and it's quite delicious.
The bacon is just the right amount of crisp.
That fluffy egg on the top, it's tough. This is a good little breakfast sandwich here.
I'm really vibing with this whole jam. I was suspicious of the jam at first. I didn't think I was gonna like the jam, but I'm vibing with the jam.
Now, which one of these celebrities has the best sandwich? Let's find out.
People, this is a super tough decision. And that being said, I'm gonna go with number one, final answer. The croissant really just took it next level. The sauce, the quality of the bacon and everything, all in all, it had to be the one. Whose is it? Gordon Ramsay. Again, I think I've picked Gordon Ramsay the last 3 times now, but my man does not disappoint. Call me Ramsay.
My favorite breakfast sandwich of the two would be number 2. It just brought a smile to my face. And it did remind me a lot of like the street sandwiches back in Korea, so definitely number 2. Who is it? Oh my God! J-Hope! Oh, I love that.
Out of these 2 celebrity sandwich recipes, I've gotta say my favorite was surprisingly number 2. I didn't think I was gonna like jam on a breakfast sandwich, but it was actually delicious. It was unexpected, and I really enjoyed it. Who made it? Okay, well that's cool. I love BTS, I love K-pop. I like to see artists go outside of their usual area of expertise, so I'm here for it.
Well, breakfast is K-poppin' cause J-Hope takes today's Celebrity Recipe Royale. So what other celebrities do you guys want to see enter the Celebrity Recipe Royale arena? Leave a comment below.